Push on the beat. Kamba kwe media kaunesha kaitike kula wayo mayutaka kumbuka anzi koma ndio anzi anopikisa wese tombate kwiyo yaiva herere machiritsa mchiri kutaura neanhu pwezi zvakawanda vamwe vanotigeza dakumisa zvigananda zviri kumedza goudifanika anakonda taona pazokuda nanatironi komanda kuti takajamuka toniteti takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunga amai azuka pesa nekusaida chiti anoridza luka asi matira mapwezi zvinhu zvaiti vaingoti takajamuka toniteti takabuka vachiratidza utsinye kunga amai azuka pesa nekusaida chiti anoridza luka asi matira mapwezi zvinhu zvaitika takaona vemasaudi pamukuwini mandela vachiimba kasolo hanzi uyasindelela kula wayo ichipwanya zvinhu hanzi siyangena vanhu vachinja uno kuita kunge John Cena mayuti mumaroti vari kuka.
Right, 2 July 2025, and today I'm very excited to be giving you the morning updates. And this is one of the most important updates because we are getting to the beginning of the exciting stuff. So the next 6 months will be critical. So you are going to see things that you've never seen. Only a few days ago, I told you that this second half will be full of drama. And currently, what is going to happen is that today, there's going to be the ZANU-PF Politburo meeting. And then tomorrow is the ZANU-PF Central Committee meeting. There was also a caucus of ZANU-PF. So those 3 events are very important. And you have to understand what is going to happen. So let's start with how Chiwenga is going to be removed. So I want you to understand that Chiwenga will be removed. There is no question about it. So before Chiwenga becomes president, he must first of all be removed from the vice presidency. It's not possible to move from the vice president to the president's position. There is no path like that in ZANU-PF because there are a lot of people who want to be president. So whoever is vice president is already someone targeted by a lot of people. So everyone who has ever become president in ZANU-PF, first of all, has to be removed from that position. So let me take you through what has happened in the past. In the past, Maim Juru in 2014 was removed from ZANU-PF vice president. She was also removed from ZANU-PF, from national vice president. Similarly, Mnangagwa was removed from vice president, and he was also removed from ZANU-PF vice president. How does it work? Firstly, the Politburo has to charge Chiwenga. So Chiwenga has to be charged. And today he's going to be charged for factionalism. So you are going to see a charge of factionalism. It's going to happen today because if they don't do it, something bad is going to happen. So Mnangagwa is well aware that he's running out of time. So what he's going to do is going to charge Chiwenga with factionalism. So we are going to see that charge coming up. And in the case of Chiwenga, they are afraid of him. So that is the only vice president that they are afraid of because they've not marinated him. So the other presidents, vice presidents, were taken through a marinating process. When someone is preparing meat, they first of all put some herbs on it. They have failed to do that for Chiwenga. So Maim Juru went through a long period of being decampaigned in public. And Mnangagwa went through a long period of being decampaigned in public. With Chiwenga, they have not done that. They are not capable of taking him through that process. So they are afraid of Chiwenga. So what they're going to do is something drastic. And you might see not only a charging of Chiwenga, but a possible arrest of Chiwenga for something. So Chiwenga's process is going to be different. He's probably going to go through an arrest or something like that. So he's not going to go through the process of Maimjuru and the process of Mnangagwa. So those two were taken through a public humiliation. So the Gamma Talks and the Lacoste. So Grace Mugabe played a big part in the removal of Mnangagwa, and she also played a big part in the removal of Maimjuru. And you can see that she's appeared again. However, this time it won't be easy. It will be very difficult. So today, watch very carefully what happens at the Politburo, and then what happens at the Central Committee tomorrow, and the caucus of ZANU-PF MPs is going to be important, because before you remove a vice president, there's a process that you have to do in parliament. So today's process is very important. Mnangagwa doesn't want Chiwenga to stay in office, but he has to find a process of doing it through ZANU-PF, and it's going to be very, very interesting. Now, let's look at the process. So let's say you go into ZANU-PF and they charge him. That means Central Committee has to rubber stamp the whole thing tomorrow, and then it is taken to Parliament. So by next week, you probably see Chiwenga out of government and out of ZANU-PF. And if what I expect to happen happens, I expect an automatic and possible arrest of Geza. So I'm expecting that they'll find Geza and arrest him at the same time, based on where he is and the possible information that I think they've got. Based on what I've seen, I believe that they've got Geza in their sights. They can see him every day. They know where he's working. So both Geza and Chiwenga, within this next week, you're going to see something happening. And in Chiwenga's case, it is going to go through the Politburo, Central Committee, and then Parliament. So the one who's going to get impeached is actually Chiwenga. But then the difference is the outcome. And remember, Chiwenga hasn't done anything. He has never been accused of anything. He has never been taken through that humiliation I was talking about. So the military then is going to be the place, or the people who make the final decision on Chiwenga. In the case of Mnangagwa, Mnangagwa was able to fight back when he was fired, because he was able to get support from the military. The military did not agree with Grace, so they do not like Grace Mugabe. So in the case of Chiwenga, Chiwenga is now no longer in control of ZANU-PF structures. So Tagwire has done enough. They have removed all the Chiwenga supporters from ZANU-PF. Almost everyone who is in the structures now is no longer a Chiwenga supporter. So Tagwire is in control. That is why you see Mdara Geza was so much against Tagwire. Tagwire and Tungwarara have taken control of the war veterans, the youths, the women, and recently they've taken control of all the districts. So that is the DCCs. And if they don't move now, they are going to lose an opportunity. I don't think they're going to lose that opportunity. So I believe that today in this Politburo, you're going to see some action, a big action against Chiwenga. So let's watch very carefully. 10 a.m. today. That is the meeting. That is exactly 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 hours from now, we're going to see a move against Chiwenga. And Mdara Geza, probably by the end of the week, he's going to be in custody. That is what I believe. I believe that they've got him, because I've seen some intelligence guys around in South Africa. And I believe that they've got him, they've made him, and they'll be able to take him within the next week or so. So Mdara Geza, I believe that within the next week, he'll be in custody. That is what I believe, based on what I've seen. Okay, now let's quickly go through the news. I think I've covered it. 9 minutes. Let's watch. I'll be back here later on to see what has happened. But currently, Chiwenga losing control of all the ZANU-PF structures, and Mnangagwa is about to pounce. However, it's a good thing. The dismissal of Chiwenga is a good thing. It's not a bad thing, because he can never take over Zimbabwe from the vice presidents. It's like the deputy position is the worst position ever. You can never do anything from that position. If you want to become a president, get out from under Mnangagwa, then you see, you become a president. You will never, ever, ever become a president from the vice president position. First, you must get out. And that is the process that we're going to see today. If Mnangagwa fails to move, you're going to see a quick and dramatic removal of Mnangagwa. So both sides know what I'm talking about. They're going to be moving very, very soon. I'm going to say more lies. Chiwenga is gaining momentum. Yes, I'm explaining to you. Momentum is nothing. Momentum is in the people. Among the people, Chiwenga is support. Chiwenga is supporting the military, among the younger people in the military and in the security structures. But he doesn't have control of the structures. The structures have been taken from him. So all the ZANU-PF structures have now been taken away from Chiwenga. So Chiwenga has lost control of the structures. Okay, let's now quickly go to the news. Very, very quickly. I am so unhappy about what has happened yesterday. So let's start with Faith. So where is a picture of Faith Zaba? So the independent newspaper owned by Trevor Ngube publishes a column called The Macraker, and the editor of the Independent is called Faith Zaba. She's been in this position since 2017, if I'm not mistaken. And yesterday she was arrested, and today she slept in jail. The reason is the newspaper published an article in the Macraker, which is critical of the SADC chair, Mnangagwa. And this angered the police, who then went to the Independent looking for her. And when they didn't find her, they then asked the lawyers to bring her. She came to the police and got a warned and cautioned statement. But as she was about to walk out, the police said, come back here and sleep in the cells. So this is what has happened. She's going to sleep in the cells. And it's very, very sad. I can't believe it. Trevor Ngube has tweeted that she's sick. She's not feeling well. But we'll see what happens today. She's going to be appearing in court. So that is Faith Zaba. And then if you go to the Newsday newspaper, you see that the Chief Justice of Zimbabwe, Luke Malava, has ordered that all judges attend a meeting to be addressed by the CIO and by the Chitepo School of Ideology. So go check it out inside of the Newsday newspaper. Then there is a big story in the H Metro newspaper. So this story is very sad. And the two people that you're watching here is Alistas Banda and John Zwibi. So according to the H Metro newspaper, these two were involved in the abuse and murder of a child that was left in their custody. And the mother, I think she's called Nomsa Sbanda, was in South Africa. So when the child died, the two reported the death to the mother. But that was on the 23rd. The mother came back on the 1st and the body could not be found. So she reported a missing person. So that is her here. She was in South Africa and left these two in charge of her children, two children. So on her return, a body was found in Harare, in a river. However, a DNA was performed by NAST, the National University of Science and Technology, and that DNA has not matched the body of the child who passed away. So now there's a problem to say the body is not the one. So that is the young Princess Shoko, a 4-year-old girl who was murdered 2 years ago. The body is still at Parinyato Hospital. The DNA don't match. And Now the problem is, where is the actual body? Whose body is at the mortuary at Parenyatwa? And Alista Spanda has already been convicted of abuse, and she was sentenced to 2 years. John Zwiwi is going to be, the trial is going to start. But without the body, these two are going to walk, because then what proof do you have that the child has died? So where is the actual child? Princess Shoko, where is she? And the mother is now requested through her lawyers for a new DNA test. So you can go to the H Metro newspaper and you'll be able to see the full story there. Very sad situation over there. And then let's look at Temba Gorimbo. Temba Gorimbo has received death threats from ZANU-PF. They say that he is disrespecting Mnangagwa and he must never ever set his foot in Zimbabwe again. So if he comes to Zimbabwe, he's going to die like a dog. That's what they say. Temba Gorimbo, don't worry. I receive death threats from ZANU-PF every single day. I don't mind them. They are cowards. Then let's go to another story. And this one is a story in South Africa. So let's start with the sad story of the Ekurhuleni auditor. Mpho Molefe has been found dead along the R23 after he left work for home. So he was followed and was shot dead. No one knows why this forensic auditor was shot dead and killed. Obviously, it's clear he was investigating something and they killed him. So this is the second auditor in the councils to be killed. Municipality. When you get a job at the municipality as an auditor, don't take it. You die. So you must know that these people are dangerous. Don't take a job at the municipalities. Then we've got a big story here. There is a young lady called Queen Nandi. So Queen Nandi is a popular actress or reality TV star. She features in a show called The Preacher's Wife, and this weekend she was evicted from her home in Lonhill, Johannesburg. She was evicted and everyone was feeling sorry for her. However, the Soweto newspaper has today revealed details on why Queen Nandi was evicted. Apparently, the person who evicted her doesn't even own the house. So the actual owner of the house is a Malawian national, Peter Swirakwenda Nyasulu. So Peter Swirakwenda Nyasulu has been failing to occupy his own house when he bought it way back in 2017. So after he bought this house, the estate agent called Viseka Mapekeke or Mapekeka has refused to leave the house. So Viseka Mapekeke then rented or sublet the house to Queen Nandi. And the two have been living in that house without paying rent and refusing to leave. However, Queen Nandi also refused to pay rent to Mapekeke. So now two people who were occupying the house were not paying each other rent. And therefore, what ended up happening is the illegal owner of the house or the illegal tenant evicted his own subletter, the person that was subletting. And you saw the drama this weekend when she went online, she went live, complaining that she was being thrown out by thugs. But it's not true. She's actually the thug. She's the thug. She's been living in the house without paying. And I don't know why popular people don't pay rent. Guys, how can you owe 150,000 rands in rents? Like, if you give me 150,000, I will retire. Like, I don't have any bill in my life that is worth 150,000. How do people accumulate a water bill of 150,000? So she had accumulated that much. And then the guy who is renting out to her illegally also threw her out. And it was a big mess. But the actual owner of the house is in court. So that is, I think it's a Professor Peter Swirakwenda Nyasulu and his wife Juliet. They've been failing to occupy their own house. So this is no honor among thieves. There is no honor among thieves. Thieves. It's crazy. Johannesburg, guys, it's crazy. People are struggling. People are going through the most in Johannesburg. Let me tell you, people are struggling. And talking of struggles, one of my favorite people, Madam Boss. I love it. Madam Boss is amazing. So let me show you Madam Boss. She is doing very, very well. However, yesterday she has posted a cry for help. I don't know if this is even funny, but she has posted a massive cry for help, saying, let me show you what she said so that I don't talk my own thing. I'm not okay mufunge. Fungbane ndangariro zviri kundi kurira. Ndinotombofunga dai ndafa hangu asi ndinozosimbiswa nevana vangu. They give me a reason yokusafunganya. I know that someone who's feeling the same, but all I can say to you is be strong, Sawira. Satani aripabasa. So that is Madam Boss. Guys, these are dangerous posts. I'm telling you. And like I'm saying, most people are going through the most. And mostly it's to do with cash. If you see someone in Zimbabwe under depression, it's because of cash. Cash no data. Or the other way around, your expenses are too high. So, firstly, you need to find ways of making money. Then you won't have much depression. And you also need to cut down your expenses. But for most people, if you earn $200, even if you try, you can't cut your expenses. That is crazy. Try to cut expenses when you earn $200. I know people like Wikino. Wikino, if there's, let's say, 1 million in his bank, he is worrying because 1 million is not enough, even for his minimum expenses. Wikino, if he's got 2 million, it's not enough. It's bad. So anyway, Zimbabwe is tough. There's no other way. It's very, very bad. Then let's go to Themba Mliswa. So Themba Mliswa. Themba Mliswa cannot contain himself. He cannot contain himself. Like if you see Themba Mliswa coming to you, just say bye. That is Themba Mliswa over there. He's been fired from the board of CP Chemicals after he implicated Mnangagwa in the theft of more than 7 million. So you can go and check it out on his YouTube channel. So what happens is that CP Chemicals supplies chemicals to the government, but they do it through a third party. And then Mnangagwa gets his cut of 7 million. So from 21 million, they only get 13 million. So Themba has questioned it. Why are they getting, who is taking the 7 million? And this has caused a mess. So eventually he got fired, and you can go and check it out on his YouTube channel. He's now saying you are involved in Mnangagwa and all that. Everyone knows that Mnangagwa is running a kleptocracy. So Mnangagwa is running a kleptocracy. Everything that Mnangagwa does is theft. The only business of Mnangagwa's government is to steal. So if you don't know it, you would think that you are clever. So Themba is finding out very quickly. Maybe he wanted a cut from the 7 million. He says not corrupt. Go check it out. Guys, this is a big story. Mnangagwa is involved here. And he says it on that YouTube channel. He says something about, but the simple and bottom line is that Mnangagwa is involved in this, the CP Chemicals, and also the 7 million inflated invoice, which the government is paid, and which Themba Mliswa is now taken to court. So this thing is in court. Go check it out on his YouTube channel. Then obviously, in Mulawayo, the police have stopped ZAPU and all the other Machiavellian groups who have gone to court to try and interdict the Kukura Hundi process. That is standing Congo over here. Guys, Kukura Sekutamba. Tandi is now, she's now Akura. Tandi, when I was young, she used to be very young. Yeah, I remember one day I met her, which was very young, about 20 years ago. So you can see, kuti vanhu vakura. I saw Sibangilizwe. I couldn't believe it when he was talking. It's crazy. Now let's go to the newspapers. Kutamba hangu, guys. Kutamba hangu, hana kukura. Let's go to the newspapers. We are going to start with the Herald newspaper. I didn't look at the Herald today. Let's see if they've published. Guys, we are going into a drama. Right now, we're going into one of the biggest dramas. If you're in ZANU, don't say anything right now. Don't talk to anyone. Go into your house and sit down. You are going to be killed if you become you are too clever. No fira mahara. Right, let's look at Herald newspaper. What's in the Herald today? Right, let's look at the Herald newspaper. Where is the Herald? There. Okay, they've published. This is Jennifer's doing. Before that, they will be sleeping. They will publish tomorrow. It's crazy. Right, Heroes and Defense Forces commemoration preps underway. So you know that there's going to be Heroes and Defense Forces Day in August. So I always tell people, when you're writing a story, you first of all start with the date. Rumbidzai ZANU-PF. You start by saying preparation for the 2025 Heroes and Defense Forces Day, which will be held on the 11th of August. Editor wako Nasi Rumbi. So that is, the preps are underway, and these kind of things, someone is gonna die before this happens. And then you remember I told you that Auxilia didn't get anything from Australia. For true, they didn't send anything. Look at this Chinese-made stuff that they sent. There's nothing here. She wasted her time going to Australia. And then we got rest in peace. You know that Zimra always puts you on rest in peace. Mr. Late Wellington Bonga, he died in Kariba at the border post. I don't know what happened, but Zimra always puts you on the newspaper if you die. So Mr. Bonga has passed away at Kariba, Zimra. And then let's see what else is here of interest. OPC wants line ministers over interference in local authorities. So that is Engineer Mguti. Yakazopera here presidential villas. Has anyone ever heard about presidential villas? Yakazopera here. Timbobvunzawo. Tikubvunza edu akuru atityi. Tobvunza nekutya. Takazvityora. Akazopera here provincial presidential villas. Kupi, papi. Nai Vamuguti. See, Nanga was zvake zvisendezokuba. Then major upgrade from road, Blawai Mapisa road, another road given to Tagure. If you read here, we can see that clearly this was given to Tagure. I will look at this road today. So it's clear, everything is theft. And then Kumalo head accomplice is suspended. For the first time, Stella Mhlanga has been suspended. She was suspended on Monday, together with Annelise Banda, 56, employed as the deputy headmistress, Numbulelo Maisue, 57, a teacher, Rumzai Magwaku, 36, and Spatelenis Banda, also a teacher. The SDC said in a statement that a 6-member delegation, including representatives from the Provincial Education Disciplinary Forum, Department of Finance and Human Resources Management, was designated to deliver the letters. They were suspending pending investigation into allegations of misappropriation of funds. So Kumalo headmistress, we talked about her last month. She has been suspended, and this is what Ibebirani. I know Pisamuni here, I suspended. So to that delegation, you'll be surprised with Ibebiram Nangago, Papa. No Shamisika. Oh, I don't know, but okay. Then then the Banda has died. Remember that Banda died this weekend in a car accident. Look at his car. This was bad. Guys, this looks like a single person accident. And it looks like he wasn't wearing a belt. If you can look at what has happened here, this is terrible. Let's look at this accident. I'm going to take a bit of time to look at it. So, right, look, midfielder died in a tragic car accident in the weekend on the Shawane-Blawe Road. Banda was a passenger in the Toyota Corolla bubble, which veered off the road near the Fred mine turn-off after the driver attempted to overtake at a blind spot and encountered oncoming traffic. The driver swerved to avoid a collision, but the vehicle overturned, killing Banda and another passenger on the spot. So this is what happens. If you're in a car and you don't have a belt, you will die. So even if you're a passenger, you must wear your belt. Don't remove a belt, because you can see, could someone here hit that roof there? That's how they died. And guys, let me tell you what happens when you have an accident. I know most of you have never had an accident. When you are in a car, you'll be driving, or you're a passenger at the back. When your car hits something, you are going to continue traveling at that speed, and your car will stop. So you are going to hit the seat in front of you. And if you are fast enough, you are going to pass the seat and you are going to go into the roof. If you've got a sunroof, you are going to get out of the sunroof and you slam onto the floor. Everything will happen in less than a second. So when you're in a car, wear a belt. It has happened to me at 120 kilometers. I was sitting at the back of the car. So once you hit the front, the car will come from behind and hit you. So you're going to be hit from the front and they're also going to be hit from the back. So don't sit without a belt. When you've got a belt, all those motions will happen with you in a controlled space and you will survive. So this is what happens. Don't go into a car, especially if you've got kids. Make sure they've got a belt, especially if they're at the back, because it's very, very dangerous. And it's said that these guys are soccer stars and they have to take a lift. When you want to, when I had the next day, I left my car parked in Blawa and I was driving to the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe. And I almost died. I had a nice car in Bulawayo. I left it parked because I didn't have petrol that day. It was crazy. Right, let's look at the Highlanders. Highlanders have rejected the resignation of the CEO. Right, acting Highlanders Chief Executive Officer Kaineman Ndlovu was shown a vote of confidence by his colleagues in the executive who refused to accept his resignation. Highlanders is such a beautiful team. I don't know why they don't get proper people to run it. If you give me Highlanders, I'll make it one of the best teams in Zimbabwe. That thing is popular. Like, there's no team as popular as Highlanders. It's like a cult. So I don't know why someone would fail to make Highlanders successful. Highlanders, guys, put Wabongile there. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. Wabongile went to school with me. And the one guys are great. Right, so these YouTubers like Gambakwe are causing a lot of confusion in the name of journalism. No, I don't cause confusion. Uy, President Wenyu, Mdaragez Aripo, Mnangagwa Natagwiri Aripo, Chiwenga Aripo. So you're pointing at me, point at one, ZANU. No, not me. What am I causing? I'm reporting what happened exactly. So what happened is that Tagwiri, without any qualification, jumped into the Central Committee. Then Chiwenga said, stop it. Chiwenga said, you can't do that. And then Mdarageza came out and said, Guti, how is Gambakwe causing that? How is Gambakwe the cause? Guys, sometimes you guys don't want to confront the truth. And Mnangagwa is walking around with foreigners. These guys are not Zimbabweans. That's why they're wearing masks. Mubate munu mufise mask morning. What country is that where they're taking mercenaries? So don't make this about us. It's about them. And that is that Sadarepa boarding. Kwanzi gamba kuli and proper ED's Garanders always advocate ED diplomatically. I don't put me in the same WhatsApp group with these guys. Gambako is a proper media house. With the people who work there, Gambako is a proper CEO. Not Zogutamba, so much jokes. Let's see. Okay, let's see what else. Let's see what else. I want to see comments. Yeah, I don't want to see jokes. All right. Yeah, they confuse people every day, lies. And then come up with a pathological liar who never apologizes for misguiding and misleading people. Pathological. What is a pathological liar? Let's ask, what is a pathological liar? A pathological liar is someone who compulsively lies excessively, often without a clear motive or benefit, and whose lying behavior can significantly impact their life. It's so funny. Guys, I'm not lying to you. Yeah. Guys, yesterday, yes. Zimbabweans are suffering because of one careless family. Yes. Panzilawe, Mnangagwa, Umtakati, Otakata, Ilanga Lebalele. Idi Muroi, Pasinae, Aka Broker. Right, I think we've covered everything, and I'm so excited to be talking to you guys. Move. This is what we take. Move. So let's talk about Mve. Mobisa Chiwenga. Chiwenga Tomona after a few hours. So I want to take you guys through Mve. Right, so Mve, this is my new cup. Kapiam Dara the second. I've got other cups, but this is Kapiam Dara. So this thing is the best of everything. So let's say you want to take men's coffee. You must put Mve first. Then you put men's coffee inside Mve. Don't just take men's coffee as shandi. So take Mve, then put men's coffee, then put honey and ginger. So that is your emergency kit. Then if you are going to work, let's say you're Zimbabwe, you go to sleep at 11 p.m. And when you wake up, you are very tired. When I wake up, I can barely stand up. I then go and make myself a cup of Mve and coffee and sweetener, not sugar. Don't put sugar in the mornings. So you put sweetener and then you drink it. You'll be so strong. From here, I'm going to be waking until 12. I've only slept 4 hours. 4 hours is 4 hours. That's why I sleep. And then I try to take a nap around 12 and 2. That's my lunch time. Natupenza that day. So Mve is very powerful. However, you must know when to take breaks. So if you take Mve for 3 months, then you take a break for a month. So vamwe venyu makutodependa kuti kana ndichida kubata kabebi ndaro akamve. Don't be like that. Pane mamwe solutions. So during that 1 month when you're not taking Mve, go to our office, go to our agents, or call me. Then our guys will help you for that month. Atidi vanu vanopera simba kana kuti vanorara vakapeta muswe. Atidi izozo. So Mve is very powerful. For the girls, it's very, very strong. It clears your system. So check out the benefits for the girls. Have a packet all the time. So fair skin, fibroids, what? Unoita, same kazi wa Potiphar. Apparently my baby, tunofarira zvechechi stereke. Unokapa Mve, kanochinja kita mukadzi wa Potiphar. Okay, so I've covered for you why Mve is very important. So have a packet. We're currently running a special in the UK. One packet, you get one packet free. That is only in the UK, United States, New Zealand, Australia, and those countries overseas. And in Zimbabwe, we're going to announce the special sometime this month. And also in South Africa, the special is over. So you just get your packet. In South Africa, it's got the cheapest in there. So in South Africa, we almost give it away for free. And we Uber it to you. Right. I think, guys, I've covered everything. Let's recap what is going to happen today. So today we have 3 important events. In fact, this week. So today we've got Politburo of ZANU-PF. Tomorrow we've got Central Committee. We also have the caucus of ZANU-PF MPs. So what is going to happen is today Chiwenga is going to be charged. Tomorrow is going to be the decision to get rid of him is going to be endorsed by the Central Committee. Then it's going to go to Parliament. That's why they call it the caucus. If I was Chiwenga, I would accept it. I would accept the dismissal. I want to be dismissed if I was Chiwenga. That is the only path to the presidency. There is no path to the presidency from under the vice president. If you're a vice president, urimainini, baba mkuru, the president. Saka, unaita say, kanada kita baba mkuru. Unotanga wabuda mumba, baba mkuru. That's how you become baba mkuru. So, Chiwenga right now is in a very bad spot. Don't ever be a vice of anyone. Really better utoita kachechi kako, sema apostle. Apostle unona one up. Good job, Beck. 10 mapostori. We never kadzivake. That's how you do it. So at the moment, Chiwenga in a bad spot. He needs to get out from that vice presidency. That's the worst position he can ever be. So today they're going to charge him. If they don't charge him, Darageza is going to prevail. So Darageza is going to prevail. Do you think they're stupid? Do you think they'll allow Darageza to prevail? So I think they'll catch him this week. Guys, I literally saw, I'm not talking Zuzandaganzwa. In I meet people, guys. Like Ndosanga never know Kisa. I meet certain people and I can see good mun uyu. Anubata mun. So I met someone Anubata van. I can do that with Mdaro to Ziapari. So that's why I need to go with before the end of this month. In fact, before the end of this week, they can have this man. So imagine if that happens. Nyokama Bunu, same, was taken, and Mdarageza, eventually they will catch him. So they are going to catch Mdarageza. That is going to happen very, very soon. And most likely, when they catch him, they would link everything to Chiwenga. That's what they want to do. So if Chiwenga doesn't move, which he won't move, I know Chiwenga won't move. Chiwenga doesn't want to move first. Chiwenga wants to react. So he wants to see what they do, and then he's going to make a move. You are going to see chaos here. Something is going to happen. Something very big is going to happen, but it's going to start today. There is too much chaos around Mnangagwa. If he doesn't move, he's going to be taken out. Ana Opam Chinguri, Ana Uyu Muchangwa, all of them, they've got their own plans. Muchangwa is not working with the Chiwenga. Muchangwa has got his own plan. Chiwenga has got his own plan. Mnangagwa has got his own plan. But none of them are working together. And the first step is to eliminate Chiwenga. They are going to eliminate him from the vice presidency. And then it depends on what backing Chiwenga has got. You saw Kuti, when they removed Mamjuru, she had no backing. She just went home. No one backed her. That is because the people who were supposed to back Mamjuru chickened out. They didn't have the muscle. At the moment, who does Chiwenga have in the army? I believe that he's got no one in the army right now. I believe that Chiwenga has got no one in the army at the top. That is the problem. So whoever Chiwenga has got is going to be lowered down. Remember, they started to decimate the brigadier general level. Do you remember what I showed you? Brigadier general has got 80 people. They have decimated all those 80 people at the brigadier general level. So the brigadier general level is the most strategic level in the army. Those are the guys who, if you take out everyone, the 80 of them can still run the country. They can run a war. And in this particular case, all those people have been taken out and they've been removed. Anyone who has seen a supporting Chiwenga at that level is gone. That level and above. And then Mnangagwa has brought these guys here. So Chiwenga is exposed. If he doesn't move, they will move. So the next step and option for Chiwenga is political, which is to remove himself from the vice presidency and then become a political actor outside of the government of Mnangagwa. That is to have a political party. But to preempt him, Mnangagwa is going to arrest him. So you're going to see some form of criminal charge against Chiwenga. That is what I predict. And also some sort of criminal charge against Mdara Geza. That is going to happen very, very soon. Don't think that this is going to end well. It's going to be very dirty. So I would like to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you within the next few hours. Let's see if there's an announcement, a dramatic announcement. Let's see how is that Geza would freely address like that yesterday when under the gaze of Mnangagwa agents, not under the gaze. They know where he's staying. I'm telling you this not because I hate it. They know the house where Geza is staying. I've been told by someone who knows. The same people who told me where Nyoka was staying. I screenshotted Nyoka. But the guys, that was what you pakat. She vapor. And Nyoka said, safe. And safe to me. So when I'm telling you these things, don't take it lightly. Take it very seriously. This thing that you're seeing now is not a joke. You are seeing the biggest change that you have ever seen in our country. And indeed, I've lived in all those changes. You have seen me sitting right next to Mamjuru. Haven't you seen me? You have seen me sitting right next to Dara Jebengwa. Haven't you seen me? You have seen me sitting right next to Nyoka. Haven't you seen me? And you have seen me ndikuudza kuti inini ndosangana nevanhu vanotyisa. So kana usingatye imhosva dzako, because takuudza, usazoti hatina kuudzwa. Takakuudza. So this is not the time to sit and pontificate. It's the time for action. What we call moments of truth. These are the moments when something is about to happen. Right. General ndiye problem. No. Guys, there's no one worse than Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa asbo. Mnangagwa ngaende kubikita. Anotamba muchongoyo. Muchongoyo mnomziya here. Muchongoyo. Vachirizirwa tungoma. Vachipiwa ma-president. Mamisha. Right, I would like to thank all of you for watching. And I'll see you again a little bit later. Don't forget to support our sponsor, Atidi Vanutongwa Nema Salad. Thank you very much and a good day to you.